Hi there, you've caught me. All right guys, this is cooking at hunting camp. So we're actually taking what we're hunting and we're gonna put it right through some grease and some other methods and straight into our mouth. So we just were in the field. We have our deer. We have taken some of the tenderloins and backstrap, and now we're gonna fry them up. And with the big bucks that we shoot, you have to give them a little bit of help to soften them up. So they're not the most tender right out of the gate. So we took this meat, we smashed it a little bit to break it up. We marinated in a little buttermilk and a little meat marinade.
You make you famous.
Just trying to make people famous.
I'm pretty famous in Loma.
Mm-hmm.
The Pope of Loma.
Come on, baby. Oh, I think that's That's the color I'm looking for. That's the color.
Show you what's gonna happen.
Thank you, meat trimmer. Get out trimmers. And now we're going to give it a little egg bath. So oftentimes I sit myself and just soak in eggs that I've beaten up. It's a great soaking bath for humans, but really good for venison. I'm trying to get around 350 degrees. I'm using a candy thermometer because that's all they had in this little town. Typically, I'll take the back straps and I'll soak them on ice for a few days, get as much blood as I can out of them. So we didn't have that luxury this time, so we're gonna have to help it. Then you marinate it. You can do that for a couple of days as well. Let the acids in that buttermilk and the marinade start breaking down some of that meat. Also putting a little more flavor in there. And so we're gonna hard fry it and then steam it back out, so it's not gonna be crunchy. Now you can eat it straight out of the grease, especially the tenderloins. You can just fry them and eat them. I'm gonna make a little sauce that's horseradish based as well to dip it in, and we'll have some mushrooms, some onions, some apples, which I really like. So yeah, so we'll start frying here in a second once we get to temp. Flour ready. So I've already got my deer, I'm done. And one of the things I enjoy just as much as hunting is actually cooking. So years ago when we started Buck Commander, I was one of the hunters and also solely the cook. This year we got our friend Colton camp with us, who's a phenomenal cook.
They said get out of the blind and start cooking.
Right. Always works.
Yeah, so it's today is Colt's birthday, so I figured I would give him a chance to actually go hunt and not have to cook tonight's dinner. And so this is my birthday present for him, where he actually just gets to eat. Because I'm telling you, when you cook, a lot of times you'll lose your total appetite because I guess you've been smelling it. And so, so it's fun sometimes just to come in and eat and not have to be the one to cook it. So happy birthday, Colt. I hope you whack something.
Special guest, Tombo Martin, and cooking at your camp.
Hi. Quiet on the set?
First one in. Yep. I like the way that looks. Son of a gun.
Did I get that?
Whoa. All right, first batch is out. We'll let that heat back up, and want to get really hot again because we're gonna go back in with cold meat. I usually fry like this. I'll give it 3 fries and then ditch that grease. You can clean it up later, strain it if you want to, or dump it. But your flour's cooking, so That's a big mistake. I know there's a lot of people at deer camp. First 2 or 3 batches are really good. The last 4 or 5 or 6, you start getting that burnt flavor, and that's from that flour sticking to that meat that's burnt. That's our base layer right there and earlier. So what I've got here is onions and mushrooms and garlic. And this is what we'll stack with some apples. You'd have to do it for like
some nice, delicious gala apples. They're gonna go on a little backstrap this evening with some onions and mushrooms.
So we're gonna put a layer of venison, fried venison, then a layer of onions, mushrooms, apples, garlic. We'll stack another stack of venison. We'll cover it again. And so all those vegetables, when they start steaming, that flavor is gonna be dripping in that venison as well. And then we're breaking down that meat even more to where it's gonna be just super tender. Hey, supper will be ready in about an hour and a half, all right? Hey, wait. Hey, come back. There's nothing like cooking deer and watching deer at the same time. They're literally smelling their friends frying, and they're like, I got to have it. This is the last of the fried backstrap and tendered loins. We will finish it off with a little bit more of our vegetables that has been soaking and marinating in goodness. And there you go. This is what's going in the oven for a little steaming session. So everything's cooked. We're just gonna make it a little more tender. But hopefully if you've done all the steps right, you'll be able to cut this thing. You'll be able to eat it. You can cut it with a fork. So, and that was an old buck that we're cooking here. So, all right, let's wrap it up. All right, so it's almost dark, and so you never know. I'm gonna cook this at 300 because it could be a while. Somebody may have to go look for something, and so if it's longer, that's why I don't cook it really fast, steam it fast. And so if I need to cook it up, if I look at it, think it needs a little bit more, I can go up to 350 for 15 minutes. But I'm looking at least an hour here. But you can sit back and relax now. And I've got to clean this kitchen, and I was looking for the dishwasher, and there's not one, so I realized I am the dishwasher. So I'm gonna clean a lot of this stuff up so we can enjoy our dinner without looking at the mess. So now we're back to this duty.
You catch one?
Had to have it.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Ready? Y'all ready for this? Oh, oh, baby. Look at that. I don't even know if I want to eat it. Like, I just want to keep looking at it.
All right, guys. Tired of waiting for y'all turds.
Go in there.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cole. Happy birthday to you. Oh, that's loud.
Thank you.
You got a speech?
No.
You're 39. What do you want to tell the world? Like, what have you learned in 39 years?
Ooh, so much. Y'all don't have enough camera time to figure all that out. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it.
Was that in your bump?
Let me tell you something.
It's all Jenkins good.
Start with mashed potatoes. This is your base. Sort of your foundation. Right here, you kind of want to spread that out. Me personally, I like to take a piece of steak like that. Look at that. Just beautiful. Let's get a little bit more of the topping. Dress that. I'm going to actually opt for some of this apple. Look at that.
Did you eat some of that chicken when you got here?
Bro, this will not be my last plate. Because you're fat.